Open your ears and lube up your butthole. It's time for the What Do We Call It podcast. Now, here's your host. It's Jmann. Welcome to the What Do We Call It podcast. I'm Jmann.
I'm number 2 fan, Tom.
I have a habit on this show of referencing pop culture stories.
Okay.
Also, not just politics, and lambasting the shit out of liberal agendas. I'm not saying I'm a conservative.
I think I could be on board with that.
It was announced this week that Indiana Jones 5 will, in all likelihood, be Harrison Ford's last chance at the role.
Isn't he like 80?
He's 70-some years old, I believe.
Okay. I think they said everything they could possibly say with Indiana Jones 4 and the holy shit, we fucked this movie up.
I believe it was called Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, but that could have been just a working title.
That could. Have you seen it?
I have, unfortunately, and I'll give it a 6 out of 10. I didn't hate it, didn't love it.
I'd probably say 5 out of 10. It's just some of the stuff that they did in there was just like the two vehicles going through the jungle and they're swinging back and forth, and not once did they hit a fucking tree. I mean, come on, give me a break.
It's odd that the first thing you jump on is that, not the fact that it's fucking aliens.
Well, I was gonna get to that, but
aliens.
They had a really good idea right up until it was aliens. Aliens, man.
Well, Harrison Ford's age and fitness for the role is not what I came here to bitch about today. It's the next statement when I read this on the internet to the related comment. Is it going to be
the plot of the movie?
Steven Spielberg has said future installments could feature a female Indy.
Holy shit!
And if you're not familiar with me,
what?
I am not at all a fan of shoehorned in diversity.
But who would play that?
Who cares? It's fucking stupid. Here's the thing. If he goes, we could have a female Indiana Jones and take it to a whole new level. They kind of already have a female Indiana Jones. Steven Spielberg, perhaps you want to go back to like 1993? Her name is Lara Croft. The game is called Tomb Raider. They've already fucking made movies about that shit, stupid
and
ass.
They weren't as good as, the first 3 Indiana Joneses.
He wears glasses. Can he not fucking see past his big goddamn nose?
He gotta get past his obsession with Nazis.
What's wrong with Nazis?
Well, there's putting him in the movies and doing stuff he does to them is one thing, but it seems like almost every movie he's done, with the exception of E.T., there's a Nazi in there somewhere.
Well, I gotta imagine that if Indiana Jones 5 is taking place in current times, he could easily have him fight Nazis. There's still a bunch of them around.
North Carolina.
Right. It's not like we have a shortage of Nazis around here to deal with. But seriously, Tomb Raider already took place. They already came up with a new, a new and every bit as interesting character like Indiana Jones, Nathan Drake, of the Uncharted series of video games. And they're going to make a movie about that. And I'm sure it's going to be fucking horrible because video game movies don't usually translate well.
No, they don't.
But in terms of turning Indy into a lady, remind me again how that went in fan base backlash with the all-female Ghostbusters?
Which, horrid. But, Hollywood's running out of ideas. They're doing reboots left and right now. I mean, what movie was Spider-Man? Okay, the one with Tobey Maguire. And then they did The Amazing Spider-Man. What was that, like 8 years after?
Oh, see, there's a reason they had to do that.
But now they're doing another reboot, I heard.
Well, they already had Spider-Man Homecoming.
So that was the third one? So what, they're doing a fourth?
To retain the rights to the character, they need to make a movie every X amount of years, because if they don't utilize the intellectual property, ownership of said intellectual property would then revert to Marvel Studios, who would be like, fuck yeah, we got control of Spider-Man again, because once upon a time ago, Marvel was going down the tubes in terms of finances and then hoard out all their characters to other movie studios. Which is why you had Spider-Man movies not related to Fantastic Four movies, not related to fucking X-Men movies. And now as they've been able to get their characters back, they're starting to, they built the Marvel Cinematic Universe with its 4 phases and, $1 trillion worth of fucking money it'll make by the time they're done in the year 2022 or however fucking long they've got movies planned out.
Movies actually worth a shit. I mean, making movies is one thing, but they have to be good movies, you know? We can't go back to episodes 1, 2, and 3 of Star Wars.
Right. Although there is a grassroots campaign to remake those.
Enough with the reboots, man.
Because people weren't satisfied with how they were made more kid-friendly. They wanted more adult-themed and adult intellectual level
that,
Star
but
Wars.
They already killed that. I mean, that horse is dead. You know? I mean, and who are they going to have write it? Is George Lucas going to write that shit again?
Nah, Disney owns all that shit. He's completely blocked on all that.
They're not. They're okay. Good, because you know, he did pretty good with 4, 5, and 6. But he wasn't he also one of the writers or one of the people for Indiana Jones 4?
Could be.
Him and Spielberg were teamed up, and then I heard that
South
he got
Park
really mad because
South Park did an
Spielberg's
episode
like,
all
"No,
about
we're not
this.
doing that. We're not doing that." And I guess Lucas was like, "But I wrote all this shit." I don't know.
Too many cooks in the kitchen. But you know how you can fix that problem? You take a tried and true formula and you slap a vagina on it. Or you make it black.
No, that doesn't work.
Which I'm fine with if you want to do movies with black casts or with a female hero.
But have an original idea.
Make it something else. Call it anything else. You could have called fucking Ghostbusters movie Spirit Fighters or Ghostbusters The Next Generation or fucking anything other than Ghostbusters.
No. You can't use Ghostbusters anywhere in the title. Ghostbusters Next Generation is just like Star Trek The Next Generation.
What the fuck was wrong with Star Trek The Next Generation?
I'm not saying there's anything wrong. It's just...
Goddamn right,
you
there's
gotta
nothing
title
wrong
it
with
better.
fucking Captain Picard.
Kirk left and Spock sucker.
I like Next Generation far better.
You like Next Generation far better?
Because
Yeah,
it was
I'm on the
written more
fence.
intelligently. It wasn't so fucking campy.
Well, it was the, what, 60s, 70s they were making those?
It's not an excuse.
Everything was campy back then.
It was the original.
You've not seen Brady Bunch?
They could have made a dark Batman back then.
Oh, no. Not in the 70s. Oh, no. That was illegal.
Holy hives, Batman. These shorts are chafing my inner thighs. So, I mean, if they're going to keep doing this...
Rub ointment on it.
Like, I did an episode a long while back that was about this grassroots campaign on the internet to give Captain America a boyfriend. To make the Winter Soldier his boyfriend. Because they seemed like more than friends. Like, there was romantic bro love involved. People were like, it's okay if you want to make Captain America gay. I was like, this is fucking
Not really
silly.
anti-gay, but I'm anti-making something gay just for the hell of it.
Well, yes. I think they need to just stop with this shit. This, the same thing with, the next James Bond could be a woman. Think about that.
What, is she going to be Jamie Bond?
I don't fucking know.
See, it's just... this
What
is why I don't go to movies anymore.
Okay, so if female James Bond is, jumping on trains that are going through tunnels and fighting on top of them, like James Bond would...
Can she be dressed like Laura Croft? That might be worth watching.
Well, what is she going to do if she has to stop mid-fight? Go, stop, hang on.
Cramps!
Cramps, sorry, I'm having my period. God. And the guy's like, are you bleeding? I barely touch you. Oh, no, I didn't have time to put on... this is embarrassing. I've got my flow. Jeez, there's menses everywhere.
Are they going to make her pregnant in the second one?
Oh, I fucking hope not, because they're going to have a hard time going through a fight where the types of scenes we require these days for entertainment, where somebody gets a Muay Thai kick right to the uterus. God knows that someone's going to, be all butthurt about that. But in terms of reboots and female characters, where does it fucking stop? What you have Laura Croft, embrace that. Retire Indiana Jones, or go back in time, because they once upon a time ago had a TV show, the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles.
Yeah, I never saw it, but I knew it was around. I wasn't a big television watcher back then.
Neither was I, but apparently it had 28 episodes that were later remade and recut into 22 made-for-TV length feature films.
Oh, wow.
Right. So you have like all that shit to fall back on. Maybe you should have got off your ass and had more scripts handy to capitalize on Harrison Ford when he was of age. Because what are you going to do if he just randomly crashes another fucking plane and dies before you make Indy 5?
When he made that movie 7 Days, 6 Nights, or whatever it was, I thought he was getting old back then, but that movie was 20 years ago.
Probably.
I can't imagine he was in Star Wars Rogue One and Force Awakens, which I haven't seen. He should retire. I'm sorry. He needs to play more parts his age.
Well, I hate to be the spoiler here, but I don't think you have to worry about him in too many more Star Wars movies.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And if he's going to be Indy one last time, I hope there's some jokes about him not being able to crack that whip as hard, or it just doesn't whip anymore at all.
Oh, my hip! Oh, ow, 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 ow.
I was thinking more like he breaks a wrist, or it's just a really
It
limp
comes
ass
off.
whip, just like. But hey, while we're rebooting properties, why don't we just make like a Golden Girls reboot? Yeah, you want diversity? Here's a lineup for you. Let me know if you know who these people are or are not. Yeah, you can remake Golden Girls with Laverne Cox, transgender, Caitlyn Jenner, transsexual.
Oh, dear.
And Tyler Perry as Medea. But as an homage to the original, you can still have Betty White play Rose. Only in this new incarnation, she's stricken with a deep and debilitating form of dementia, and she just thinks that Sophia and Dorothy have bad tans.
Jesus.
Because in this instance, Caitlyn Jenner would play Blanche, who's the whore.
Yeah.
Because, Caitlyn's a fashion icon, and she's a pretty lady.
Borderline. No, not even. What am I doing?
What?
Hey, girls, does anyone want to go out and play tennis this morning? Oh, my bursitis is acting up. I don't think I can make it, Blanche. Oh, well, geez, I was up all night giving handy jays to men down at the Lions Club, and I'm ready to go. I'm making tennis racket swatting motions for the people at home that can't see me.
Swing it.
I don't care if you're going to tell me that it's the end of the road for Harrison Ford as Indy. You can get somebody younger to play him in prequels. They talked about maybe having Chris Pratt play him.
That I could see. He seems to have the look for that.
They can only make so many Guardians of the Galaxy movies.
Well, yeah, and Jurassic World, Jurassic Park, Jurassic whatever.
Well, in the case of Betty White in my Golden Girls reboot, Jurassic Vagina.
That's what it'd be called, too.
Dear God. Yeah, and if you didn't get to play on the Laverne Cox and the Tyler Perry as Medea, Medea would be the old mom, and then Dorothy would be played by Laverne Cox.
So.
Laverne Cox would be playing the part that was formerly played by B. Arthur.
Okay.
Who herself was a real pretty lady. Wink, wink, wink.
Maybe back when she was like 30.
No.
I never saw older pictures of her. I've only known her as at that age. So.
Go watch Maude. See reruns of Maude, which predated Golden Girls. And oh my God, I don't think, just like Don Knotts, I don't think at any point in her life B. Arthur ever looked young.
Okay.
She came out of her mother's womb looking like she was already 45. Jesus Christ. Can you think of any other intellectual properties that they could rape by changing the gender?
Let's see here.
Oh my God, what if they make Batman a girl? Or Superman a girl?
Batgirl. They already have a Superman girl.
Yeah, Supergirl, yeah.
Yeah. And, well, Wonder Woman.
Now, what do you get?
Same thing.
Why can't we make Wonder Woman a man? Why can't it be Wonder Man?
Wonder Man.
What's the matter? Third wave feminists wouldn't be down with Wonder Man and his golden lasso of truth?
We would not. You're trying to malenize or whatever the fuck, a female character. This is where you're turning all the dudes into girls.
Yeah. What the fuck? Enough with the misandrist behavior where you're hating on men all the time and taking away our roles and giving them to women. We get it. You don't like us and you don't think we're useful, but good luck fucking making a baby without our special purpose.
How about Harry Potter? Harry Potter's actually a girl.
No, fuck you.
Well, I'm just trying to think of things where to completely reverse it.
And I'm not taking that stance because Harry Potter is sacred to me. I'm taking that stance because Harry Potter is fucking stupid and that shit is retarded. And people that are into Harry Potter as adults need to get their fucking heads checked. And don't flip me the bird. Harry Potter is goddamn ridiculous.
I know a lot of people that are adults that enjoy the Harry Potter series.
Do you?
Lots.
Are these the type of people that hiss when they see sunlight because they spend so much time indoors with the curtains drawn watching Blu-ray editions of Harry Potter and the chamber of magical shit that goes on wherever it fucking happens.
Now, if you can't be a fan of the original Harry Potter cast and crew, you could at least be a fan of the Harry Potter porn that's out there. Come on.
Go on.
Look it up. It's good stuff.
So I'm just guessing that the whole time he's using his wand on Hermione?
Be a spoof if I'm going to watch a porn. I can't just watch flat out people pretending they're in love with each other. It's like, oh, this is my neighbor's wife. No, I like the
This is my neighbor's wife.
There was one, Women in Black, which was terrible.
Oh, God, no.
Sex
Stop it.
Track.
Stop. Don't give anybody else any more ideas to ruin Men in Black by making it all women in black.
But it was a porn.
That's okay.
That's when they could reboot. We could do Women in Black.
No.
Come on. Get it out there.
Really? Are we going to put, who's a really serious, we're going to put Janet Reno and Amy Schumer together? That'd be a pair that would rival Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith.
I would not watch that because I don't like Amy Schumer, whatever her name is.
I don't even think Amy Schumer likes Amy Schumer anymore.
She kind of killed her career. No, Kathy Griffin. She could play one of them. She's always been a D-list actress and comedian. She can do that.
I might watch that. Just to see how much of a train wreck it would be.
That's the only reason why I watched parts of the Ghostbusters reboot.
No, if they're
I was not disappointed.
No, it was fucking terrible.
Special effects were bad. Some of that stuff was just overacted.
None of the Ghostbusters had penises.
You know, I could see. Okay, I can honestly see the female cast, but it was just badly done. The director did not direct. I've watched a few YouTube videos on reviews and everything, and what 15 things went wrong with the Ghostbusters reboot, and it seems like the director was unwilling to direct and tell these women what he wanted to see. He had them ad-lib like 30 different lines for each scene, and then he went through and picked out the one that he thought was going to get the most laughs.
That would be great on like a Reno 911, but I'd say the number one mistake made with that movie is that it was made.
Yeah, it was just bad altogether. I remember at one point my mom was just like, "Oh, this part here, this is so funny. This is my favorite part of the whole movie." And it was Slimer driving Ecto-1 with a bunch of other ghosts in it, and then it stopped, and there was a female Slimer, and they cast, and then they took off. I looked at my mom like, "That's the funniest part of this movie. Can I go home now?"
What passes for humor these days, I tell you. Well, we salute you, Indiana Jones.
Salute.
And if you do make this final movie, it better not suck.
Better not be aliens.
But feel free to fight some Nazis. Or some Antifas.
There's nothing better than a good old Nazi ass beating. I'm telling you, it's all the best video games are just killing Nazis.
Interact with the show on Twitter at What Do We Call It? That is at What Do We Call It? You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/group/What Do We Call It podcast show. For the What Do We Call It podcast, I'm Jmann.
And I'm number 2 fan, Tom.
And that's the end.